And one thing that really stuck out in this adventure, I already touched on it earlier, about the sheer number of role-playing opportunities you wrote into this thing. Because in the town that you have to go to, there's a whole bunch of shopkeepers. They have just a shorthand of a personality, just enough to play with, but not so much to make it read like a dictionary. And each of them have something they want and something they can offer. Kudos on that. That was incredibly functionally written. Good job. That was a lot of information to get across. But also in the Al Qadim adventures I've ran and read, it seems like these Middle Eastern Arabesque Thousand and One Nights inspired scenarios really lean on the role playing much more than most other types of adventures. Was that a conscious thing on your part, or is that just how it's come out?
I always liked to balance the hack and slash with the role playing opportunities, and I thought in every non-tournament module that I wrote that there ought to be at least some investigating, because there are, in your group of players, you're going to have somebody that likes investigating. You're going to have somebody that likes riddles and puzzles. You're going to have somebody that likes to role play more than they like to fight. And then you'll have people that go, wake me up when it's time to hit something, So write something for everyone in that. And gosh, when it seems like the role playing opportunities are the ones that provide us with the richest memories as opposed to the combats.
And in this adventure, I will give this part away. You may encounter the Keebler elves, and it's a memorable encounter too. And I guarantee you, those watching and listening, you are not going to guess how they show up in this thing. But when I read the encounter with the Keebler elves, that's when it hit me that this module felt like a guy who was writing exactly what he wanted to write and having a good time at doing it. And there was a bit of you directly addressing the DM in it, but it didn't feel as cheesy or as preachy as I've seen that happen in other modules. Like Ed Greenwood's really bad about that. Like he tells inside jokes in the module that there's no chance I'm going to get, but yours casual, easy, loved it.
Well, let me tell you without spoiling the encounter that where they were, that location where you found them was based on a real store that was just down the street from the Lion and Unicorn book and game store that we ran. That's after I left TSR, that Susan and I ran. And I have to tell you off air because otherwise it would spoil it. But the name of the store is something to do with that whole joke situation as well. So
okay,
yes,
I'll make a note to come
I
back
actually
to
came
that.
up with that idea first, and then the names of the elves. So so.
But is that accurate? That did you have creative control over how this module went?
Yes and no. Bruce Hurd was the acquisitions editor at the time at TSR, and first I sent enough material for a 32-page module, and then he said, well, we've got to expand this because we're doing a larger size for this. And I went, well, I wish you had told me that before I finished. But we worked together, and I'm going to say there were some hammer and tongs moments between us, but the end product came out very nicely. So yeah, there was nothing that I wrote that got eliminated because they thought it was too personal or too silly or too stupid. So
I very much enjoyed just reading it. One day I'm going to run it, but just reading it, it was a pleasure to do. So thank you.